Hey, bam bam boom! What's up, it's a Culture Detective here investigating your favorite albums, and today I'm going to do my second review of the day, and that would be an album review on the latest Hobo Johnson album, The Revenge of Hobo Johnson. All the way from Sacramento, California of the US of A. Hobo Johnson is a rapper, anti-folk singer, songwriter, and he has been making some music for a while now. But yeah, anyways, I have briefly reviewed the previous Hobo Johnson album, The Fall of Hobo Johnson, not too long ago. And while it's not really my cup of tea, I didn't really enjoy the music all that much. I still like that Hobo Johnson has personal lyrics going on in his album, and he expresses it with true authenticity. And on top of that, sometimes he brings on some sweet instrumentations, and occasionally he puts on a pretty playful rap banger in his own style, which is pretty funny. And anyways, Hobo Johnson this year has finally returned for The Revenge of Hobo Johnson. And it's not that good. It's not that good. If I were to summarize this album in one sentence, this album is like the musical equivalent of The Diary of Wimpy Kid, but sad. And that's pretty much it. This album has spoken word, which sometimes is evolved into rap, and sometimes, and for the most part, it is usually somewhere in the middle. And the instrumentation of this album is incredibly simple. It's basically guitars and sometimes horns, sometimes keyboards, choral vocals, and it all comes off pretty cheeky, tongue-in-cheek, and somewhat childish and playful. And you can also label this album anti-folk, which means that it's kind of folky. You know, it's got the guitars, but it's done so in a way it's almost mocking the genre itself, a la Beck's early music. But anyways, we have the album, and yeah, I'm kind of disappointed, unfortunately. It starts off with Anton LeVey, and I don't know if it's because it's the first song of the album, but it's less unenjoyable than other tracks on the album. It has these easygoing sweet guitars, it's got nice horns and choral vocals, and we have lyrics where Hobo Johnson talks about an incident where he sort of embarrassed himself. Then the album pretty much goes downhill from here on out. We have I Want to See the World, where it's got these simple guitars, simple drum beat, and the whole track is just Hobo Johnson singing in a very sloppy and childish way without any charisma whatsoever. And he's just like, I want to see the world, I want to go to Germany, I want to eat their sausages. And that's basically the whole song, and it just feels like it doesn't really reach anywhere. Neither is it like a fun or playful song or anything. It's just kind of corny, and it's very disappointing. And then afterwards, we have the track I Want You Back with simple keyboards, and in the song, he talks about how he's fucked. He's financially fucked. He's emotionally fucked. He's fucked when it comes to health issues. And yeah, I like that he's dabbling into more personal lyrics, but again, it doesn't reach anywhere. They still feel kind of surface level after all, and again, the instrumentals just feel kind of average. The track My Therapist is where he talks about his therapist, and he occasionally shouts on this track, but those shouts are not like ferocious shouts or anything. They're just yells, and that's pretty much it. The guitars are slow, they're quiet, they're low energy, and kind of forgettable. And the track Jordan's House is even more forgettable because it is just so effortless and toothless, and it doesn't really build up to anything at all. The track Prequel to Animal Farm alludes to the famous novel by George Orwell, but it doesn't really go anywhere further than that. The lyrics are not really that profound, and the instrumentations are just kind of the same. And we have the track You Want a Baby, where we have lyrics essentially where Hobo Johnson talks to his uh, girlfriend who wants to marry him and wants to have a baby with him, but he's like, no, why marry in this day and age? Why having a baby in this day and age? At this day and age, it's like a bad idea. Yeah, again, the lyrics just don't go that deep or anything. The guitars are bland and one note. And I mean, if you already have a girlfriend, you should be grateful. I mean, you should feel grateful for having a romantic partner. It's not easy getting one. Anyways, we have You Need Help, which is a more playful and energetic cut, and this track is very tongue-in-cheek and very childish in how Hobo Johnson delivers the lyrics in a very young way, and the instrumentals being kind of sloppy here and there, and it just comes off kind of irritating almost. Song 9, Government's Not Great, is a more rockier song, shouty, and the production is kind of messy and kind of dense and kind of all over the place. And the outro for the album is funny, but a weak one, in that it sounds like an ad or like some sort of interlude off of an early 2000s rap album, where we have a deep voice, and this deep voice sort of talks about the album in a very meta way. And there are some funny moments on the outro track, I have to admit. Like, we have the fake song that is All I See Is Poop, and we have Drake Diss, which is really funny. But overall, it is a pretty weak ending to the album. It feels like a non-ending, and that is my final takeaway from the album. So yeah, kind of disappointing, unfortunately. Just not really that great. My favorite track here is the album opener. My least favorite is Jordan's House. I'm giving Hobo Johnson's The Revenge of Hobo Johnson a 4 out of 10. So, have you listened to the latest Hobo Johnson album from 1 to 10? I'm just rate it, like it, and subscribe. You one more. Thanks for watching.